Hello and welcome, it's Talkin really, and today it's New Year 2020, so welcome, Happy New Year. And if you've been taking part in the live streams and you've been watching the videos, then thank you very much. If you're a newcomer, thank you very much. Please don't forget, thumbs up on all the videos, and also try to subscribe and tell your friends, because we need to expand this year. We need to double the numbers. We doubled our numbers last year, and of course this year 2020 is a new year. There aren't many channels out there who do this sort of thing. There are a couple, and I'm sure that some of you are already subscribed. It may sound a bit weird, but I'm not actually going to promote anybody's channel, because I don't think that I get the same sort of reciprocal effect. I have based this thought on the fact that I have tried to contact several of the channels via email, and none of them can be bothered to respond. So I presume that they're not interested. It could be that they haven't got the emails, but I doubt it very much. I have actually commented on videos as well, so they would have seen the comments I've left. I've been polite about it. I've just said you want to collaborate, and the idea of YouTube is that they recommend it to progress, that you should collaborate. Trouble is, it's all about egos, isn't it? If somebody is a big YouTuber, they don't really want to muck around with smaller YouTubers, and unfortunately where I am at the moment, I am considered to be a small YouTuber. These other channels have many thousands more than me, and why would they want to help me? Why would they want to be involved in my channel? So I can understand why they haven't responded, but for me, I respond to everybody, whoever they are, whatever size they are. I respond to everybody, and I'm polite, and if they want to collab, then I'm happy to do that. The trouble is that most channels, they want to be, they've got this ego problem where they're not really interested in collaborating. They think it's some sort of dirty word. I don't know why. We're all here for the benefit of the viewers. The information that I give is always trying to be upfront, and I have fact checked it, and I have done my research, and I try to make it as factual and correctly factual as I can. It's topical. It's usually the same week or same day. Sometimes it's the same hour that it comes out in news stories, newspapers, online, and social media. So I try to be up with it. It's very difficult because it's very time consuming to make videos that are current affairs, because obviously when the current affair comes out, you have to make the video there and then. You can't leave it for a week because it will be old news. So of course the problem I've got with this channel is that it's taking a lot of time to get videos out. So I'm happy to do videos like this one, which are easier. What is this video all about today? Well, today's video is all about the PIP and WCA assessment, which you have to have if you apply for those benefits. If you apply for PIP or ESA, then you'll probably end up with an assessment or a work capability assessment. I'm going to leave that one for now, because that one's slightly different in the fact that the legislation about recording it is easier and different and more accessible to people that want to record the interview. What we're going to be focused on is the PIP assessment and the face-to-face. Now there is a whole thing that legislation came out, and they claimed, as they always claim, that they were going to allow recording, and they were going to provide the recording of interviews. They haven't done it yet, and they've sort of gone back on their words as far as this is concerned. However, they have put in writing that you can record interviews if you provide the equipment. Of course, this is very difficult. If you're on benefits or you have no money, then you are going to be not going to be able to afford to buy equipment. So there are some organisations out there, mainly to do with D.P.A.C, which is Disabled People Against Cuts. There are different organisations around the country, and what they've done is they put together kits, so recording kits in a case that you can borrow. You can actually borrow these for your own assessment, and obviously depending on where you are will depend on how close you are to a kit. Now what I was looking at was telling you all about that, and also I'm thinking personally that this channel, Talkin Really, I'm gonna create a kit. I'm going to create a recording kit. So it will involve a case, it will involve two recorders, 2 tape recorders. All this stuff is available from various stores such as eBay or Argos or any other online retailer. You can, of course, buy it yourself if you wish, and then it belongs to you. Or you could buy it and then hire it out, or you could buy it and lend it to people. Obviously, bear in mind that people that borrow it would need to collect it and return it. Now, the organisations have their own kits that they put together, and they put together a guideline of the type of stuff that you need to do. It's not difficult to do. It just involves a little bit of cash. So you've got to buy the case, the mains plug. You've got to have 2 recorders. You've got to have properly sealed audio tapes. They need to be sealed because the DWP will not accept it if it's been opened up. So when you do it, you have to make sure that you have 2 sealed tapes. These are available from Argos. The other interesting thing that I discovered was a document, and this document is a PIP assessment guide. Yes, that's right. So let's have a look at that. So the PIP assessment guide is basically the DWP guidelines. It's the guidance document for people, for the providers. So this is the document that the Atos, Capita and the other one, Maximus, they get this, and this is for health professionals to follow along. And very sad, but I have gone through everything on this document, and it goes through everything from the reasons for PIP, the healthcare professional, the role, how you do, how they receive the application, because bear in mind that this is outsourced to the people that are going to do the assessment. So they have to be told how to do it, and obviously then there are how to do the interviews themselves, what questions that they should be asking, how to record this on the database, and also referrals for if there's a terminal illness, for example, what they need to do there. Also, right at the end is very useful information. I found it useful, and you might find it useful too, because it was actually quite an eye-opener. And to be perfectly blunt, if you read it, you'll think, well, that's pretty reasonable. I sort of accept all of that. As it's laid out here, it seems very reasonable. They're going to be checking. They have to check. Bear in mind that this is not persecution, not yet. The persecution comes when they lie and they don't put down the real stuff. That's when it becomes a problem for me. But based on what they've written and the guidance, and here is a little bit about the health professional, which they refer to as HP, and it tells them what they should be doing. So consider information in the claimant's questionnaire and as supporting evidence, determine whether a claim can be assessed on the basis of a paper review. So that's even before they've asked you to come in. Carry out face-to-face consultations, and then be a sort of a advice line for DWP, who are going to be the ones that make the decision. There's an interesting article there, section, about cases that should not require a face-to-face, which I didn't quite understand all of it, but there is some sense in what they put. So have a little read of that, you might be interested. So yeah, a very interesting document that, which I should put the link to below. It's published on the gov.uk website, so it's a public document, so anybody can read it. But interestingly, what we're here to talk about today is how to create a recording setup. So there is some information that you can have a look at. The idea is that this sort of advertises the D.P.A.C organisation. So they offer the assessment compliant recording kits for people to borrow to record their PIP assessments. We are doing this because there is overwhelming evidence that when assessments are not recorded and there are no witnesses, the assessment reports are persistently and fraudulently inaccurate and then are used to deny people the support they need. Recording the assessment is a solid step in ensuring more transparency in assessments, and they also give you a good grounds should you need to appeal a decision. Although by recording, you're reducing the likelihood of getting a bad decision in the first place. Recording acts as a deterrent to the DWP, Atos, Capita, and of course Maximus. There is a problem in the fact that these kits are only available in these locations. So if you're not anywhere near any of those, the problem is that you're not going to be able to borrow one. Nearest one to me is Bristol, but even that is quite a long way away. So obviously the next stage would be to encourage others to purchase the components and make kits themselves to offer in their locality. Obviously you have to be very careful if you're doing a crowdfunding thing, because the DWP will see that as income if you're doing a means-tested benefit. There are certain rules that you have to follow for Atos and Capita. They obviously have rules, guidelines that you can look up. It's all on there, on that website. It's all on there. It tells you about the kit that you need to have, the two audio recorders. It doesn't have to be special. You can have two tape recorders in a case. All it needs to be is that you press record both at the same time, and so they are simultaneously recording the same information. You need to bear in mind that there are lots of rules, and one of them is you need to give your assessment centre notice, and there are certain guidelines that they specify, at least 3 days before your appointment, if not more. So as soon as you know you can do it, you can record it, then let them know, because some of them will refuse to be recorded, and they need to find an assessor who is willing to be on tape. On the day, it's better to attend with a friend, a family member, advocate or witness, and you get them to do the business, set up the recorders. You will need to sign a document that says that you are not going to use the information to illegal act. I'm not sure what they mean by that, but obviously if you were going to put it on social media, some of them, they are okay with that. The whole purpose of this is to have backup of what you say. So if it does go to tribunal, if it does, then you've got proof of what you said. And hopefully doing this, it will stop the false assertions which they use to deny your PIP award. Now, obviously, this is all down to you having the money to be able to do that. And I'm thinking that this channel here should really have a kit that we can lend out in the local area. Also, now having read the guidelines, I think that we can offer you role of somebody, an advocate, so somebody who can go along with you if you have nobody to do that. I think it's a good thing. I think we need to support each other. So I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing over the next weeks or so, I'm going to be looking into setting up a kit for the Talkin Really channel. So hopefully that if you're local and you want to have a recording kit, then Talkin Really will happily loan you it. Obviously, you need to look after it and return it back to us in the same condition that you had it. However, it will save you the heartache, and it is perfectly legal to do this, obviously providing that you have informed them of your intention to record the interview. There is a thing about ESA and Universal Credit that we need to mention. Maximus should be letting you record and providing the equipment to do so. However, this is not reliable and is often begrudgingly done. So these kits can also be used for WCA. Obviously, there is a lot of poor advice and gossip floating around on how to record and what to do. So this guide has been set up telling you how to do this based on evidence from the past 3 years. These specifications are tried, tested and proven to work safely, reliably and repeatedly. The point of doing it openly is, in this approved way, is that it acts as a deterrent, so they know that they have less room to make misleading assessment reports. There is a little proviso here. Covert recording is your right. However, it does not act as a deterrent, and is only of use if a tribunal is persuaded that it is admissible, and you may have problems with that. Also, you will have the problem is that if you're discovered, they will ask you to stop and may also halt the assessment, and obviously this then will affect your claim. Right, well, I hope that's sort of been fairly useful. And of course, Talkin Really is here to support other disabled people. So if you are here for the first time, then please thumbs up, like and share. And I look forward to seeing you again in the future. So that's it for now. Bye for now.